think we're in a pretty good place, man. We've been blessed with some tremendous defensive coaches, okay, that we've kind of been able to get from a very good program. Acadiana High School, been knowing these guys for 15 years, so we're very blessed to have those guys, and I think we're going to be a lot better defensively and saw some good things tonight. I think we had a pretty good spring. I really do. I think we had a pretty good spring. We've got to do a better job of resetting the line of scrimmage offensively, and we've got a lot of inexperience out there, just a lot of inexperience out there. And, you know, we had some center quarterback snap exchange issues tonight. You know, our starting center sprained his ankle running back from the weight room. What's today? Is Tuesday? Last Friday. All right, last Friday. So that was a freshman center that we had out there today, you know. So we just got to do a better job of handling the snap. Got to do a better job of handling the snap and resetting the line of scrimmage up front. And I think that if we do those things, we had a few GLPs, game-losing plays defensively, that were just misalignments. And we got to do a better job of tackling. But I think if we can figure out this summer how to reset the line of scrimmage offensively, be able to handle the center quarterback exchange no matter who's at center and who's at quarterback, and then also defensively line up correctly and tackle in the open field, I think we got a chance to be a pretty good football team.
You mentioned young guys stepping up. This guy, from what you saw from him, as he got thrown in there.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, look, he's been unbelievable. He's been unbelievable this spring. You know, he's still a freshman. You know, he might be 6 foot, 210 pounds. You know, but he's still a freshman, and you saw some of those things out there today. But his best days are ahead of him. He's going to continue to get better. You know, he never was the #1 starter a year ago. You know, he always played in spot time. You know, so this was kind of his first kind of official game, you know, as the true starter, as the quarterback. So his best days are ahead of him, and we're proud that he's part of our team.
What stood out most about his year and kind of where he is now versus where he was coming in?
His work ethic, man. His work ethic, his character, his accountability, you know, his intangibles, you know, his effort, his toughness, his discipline, his commitment, and his pride. He's a heck of a young man. He's a heck of a football player. And he's going to be a great quarterback not only in our area but in the state of Louisiana.
Chance as well, Coach, to see how he's done a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah.
How you seen him heading the season?
No, he's been special this spring. You know, I told him, I joked with him before spring started. I said, hey man, you're gonna be playing football this spring. You know, it's when he played for us as a freshman. You know, he came in the summer, so he didn't go through spring football. In the last 2 springs, he's been playing quarterback. You know, so you know, I told him, I said, hey, this spring you're gonna be playing some football, man, and we've been very impressed. You know, he was a 275-pound power cleaner in December. I think he's gonna be over 300 pounds when we test again at the end of July. You know. And he was very physical on both sides of the football throughout the whole spring. You saw it out here tonight. He's tough to guard. He's a matchup problem. And we're excited to have him back on the move. You know, I think once we can get consistent snaps with the center quarterback exchange and once again just do a little bit better job up front of controlling the line of scrimmage, then you'll see him have a lot more production, just like you've always had since he stepped foot in high school.
What do you look at or talk to these guys about in terms of, you know, what the goals, standard, anything like that look like as you prepare for this fall, that kind of the opportunity for this team?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we always want to go out there and compete for championships. You know, that's the standard of this program, and that would never change. You know, obviously our feet right now is going to be in summer sacrifice that we got coming up. The 60 days prior to competition is the most important. So, you know, we're going to have our end of the school year meeting tomorrow, give out off-season awards, give these guys a break for about a week, and then we're going to start it off first Monday in June and get back at it and, you know, go out there and focus on summer sacrifice, getting bigger, getting faster, getting stronger, getting tougher, hopefully be gaining a little bit more reps with skill and learning what to do, how to do it, and why it's important to do it that way. And then when we get out here in the fall, man, compete for a district championship.
Coach, I got one more question for you. I mean, obviously those are the 2 main guys heading to this year. I know you had to replace some guys who went to play in a bowl game last year, but who are some guys that really stepped up this spring, just a limited time that you're able to
the 2 guys, obviously, that we've talked about, Carson and Chance Babineau. Kendrick Bernard, man. Kendrick Bernard had a great night out here tonight. You know, he was tough to cover out there on the perimeter and found his way in the end zone. You know, our left tackle, man, Mr. Finney, he's a freshman right now, too. I mean, up front tonight we had 2 freshmen, you know, center and left tackle. 3 if you include the quarterback, you know. So Mister's got a chance to be a real good player. He's 6'6", 306 pounds. So his best days are ahead of him. I tell him he's a walking draft pick right now. You know, but listen, Jalen Roberts at tight end, Michael Francis on the defensive line, Wilson Landry in the secondary, Amari Dennis, Rontrell Woods. We've had a lot of guys that have been very, very, very impressive this spring and made some good plays out here tonight, and they're going to be good football players for us in the fall.